right, man. Let's talk. So apparently, I heard somebody say this, and it made a lot of sense. You know, we always talk about how the modern black woman, they care about is sex and money. You hear women say, "Well, I couldn't marry as a virgin because I got to know what the penis like." And all of that. They see too much. That's why when you start talking about porn or being promiscuous, it takes women further and further away from being a wife. Hit the link in the description, join the Patreon. It takes them further and further away from being a wife. So when we start having this discussion, I'm about to start having, that's kind of, you understand. They start comparing Peter to Paul and Paul to Brandon. But they think if you screw them and they retain you and y'all have sex on a regular basis, they equate that to marriage or marriage material, or we're serious, or basically, let me put it in, I could be his wife. I'm gonna be his wife because he sleeps with me on a regular basis, or if I can still sleep with him, it's still hope we can be together. Like a girl that you told, I don't want no commitment, I don't want to marry you, or a girl that you broke up with, or your wife divorced you, but y'all still screwed. That's why I tell guys, when you leave a chick, take your dick with you. Because if you putting your dick up in her still, they still believe they own you, or they have some type of a connection to you. You still should be able to help them out with their problems. And especially when a woman leave you, and you still around and she got problems, she can talk to you, or she had a situation at the crib and she can holler at you about it, you can fix something to do. They feel like they still feel a bond with you. They feel some type of entitlement to you, bro. So that's why I tell you, man, when these bitches do you dirty, you done with them, you gotta keep your dick to yourself. Even if it's your baby moms, you're not gonna be able to really turn that page, or you're not gonna be able to move on until you stop having sex with that woman. Because especially a lot of modern women, but black women specifically, this is why you hear, I did a video on the brother late last year, where he talked about, if you date Latino and black women and you don't know how to clap cheeks, you might as well move on. And white women, they'll be like, it's okay, it's not that important to them. To black women, when they look at your height, they look at your size, they look at your positioning or how you carry yourself, your frame, they looking at it from a sexual standpoint of view. They just care, and they be like, oh, men sexualize us. They sexualize us more than anybody. Oh, I don't date. Why you think they don't like to date nice guys? Because they think you're going to be nice in the bedroom. I'm telling you, they think you're going to be nice in the bedroom. They want a guy to dominate them. They want a guy to rule them in the bedroom. That's how they look at everything. Your height, your size, they look at that. Either they looking at it from a financial standpoint of view. If you got money, they get knocked up by you. Or they looking at how they looking at you from how they want to fuck you. Can he fuck? Can he do this? I'm telling y'all, that's just the bottom line. That's the bottom line. You got to understand. And that's why they had a connection in their head that if, we having sex on a regular basis, no matter if it's casual or if it's just once a month, I think he gonna marry me. I think we're serious. I think we can be an item. That's why they really think that the sex is before money to them. They can be with a millionaire, right? A lot of these women black women can be with a millionaire, a guy that pay for everything, and on the side, or they'll leave him for a dude that had nothing because they focus too much on the dick. And you heard Charles White say, why do athletes be married to non-black women? Because he had black women focus too much on the dick and not the purpose of the traditional or the nuclear family or moving the business forward. They focus too much on your dick. They not focusing on the kids as much as your dick. They not focusing on the nonprofits or the business. They just too focused on your dick. That's their mindset. That's most black women's mindset. They worried about dick. They worried about sex. So when you think about the comment that I heard on the video say that they think if we having sex that that makes them marriage material. Or they think if if I can have sex with them, I can get a guy that's in that tax bracket or something like that. That's they mindset, bro. They think if we having sex, or I call him, he come clap my cheeks, or I come suck his thing, even if he kick me out after we done, I think I can be his wife. You can't. And I'm gonna do a breakdown video of Mace and Cameron trying to talk to Stat Baby, and it's not even about the topic of it's about the topic of Megan Thee Stallion, but the video I'm gonna talk about, bro, the topic of the video is like when you try to talk to black women and explain to black women about what black men want or what they're doing or how they think or how they move, they cannot fathom it. They cannot accept it. They cannot understand it. It is like Chinese to a fucking Jamaican. They don't understand it. And this is why I try to tell y'all, when these women try to tell other women how men think, or you could be useless to a man, he'll want, they don't even understand it. They don't even understand it. They don't even understand it, bro. They don't, just the way she was taking that information. Oh, this is not true. I don't care. Like, he's telling you as a Cam and Mace, almost 50 years old, from people who've been in the industry, who've been in Klay Thompson position. They can't understand, and they keep losing. Decade after decade, generation after day, these women constantly lose, and they don't say, well, we need to do so. It's insanity, bro. But I'm gonna say that for the video. It's insanity. They really think because you put your penis in them that I can get a guy like this. I can marry him. I can get a guy just because he clapped my cheek. They don't. Unto us, it's just sex. And once we nut, you understand where you lie in the hierarchy in our lives. How he treats you after he beat you, hit it from the back, hit it. You'll know where you lie. That's why women have sex with guys they like. Like, what are we? You know, and that's just the fact. That's just the fact. But they can never fathom it. They focus more on sex than the men do when it comes to relationships. They really just think, oh, men want his pussy, and that's it. They just want some good head and this, that, and like, even if they had a headologist on the side, he ain't marry her. You know? He ain't marry her. It's wild. But in reality, they can never fathom what we saying. They can never understand that fact. And that's what they think. They think if he put his penis in me, we have sex, I can be his wife. I'm telling you that right now. It's a chance. It's a chance. I'm telling you that right now. The crazy world we live in, even though it's time and time again, they see that methodology fail. They see it fail time and time again. You know, they care more about sex than men do. I'm telling you, women have a nasty mind. They care more about sex, raunchiness. And I'm eventually gonna get to that. Talk about some of they sex kinks. I'm gonna eventually talk about that, man, because you know, you'd be surprised what these women be searching up on the porn sites and what they really desire. Real G's know, but they really think because you put your Peter Pan in them that mean that you special in it. No. That don't mean nothing. Dude ain't never did nothing for you. Ain't never pumped gas. Y'all go get gas. You pump your own gas, pay for it. Y'all have sex, and he mentally tell you to get the hell out. You know, get the snow off your own car. Don't even use the bathroom too long. Get your bag and get out. Every time y'all have sex, you got to go home. And they never look at those clues and be like, okay, he don't really like me like that. I'll just be better in the bedroom instead of doing things that men are telling you to do. Be more submissive. Be cool. Listen to him. You see, you got dishes in the sink. Clean them, bro. What are you? Come on, what are you doing? Oh my God, they just give anybody. It's always a foreign mofo, dog. Oh my goodness, dog. It's always a foreigner, man. They can't drive at all, man. But I'm not gonna roll rage. But yeah, they really believe that. They don't believe that, oh, you should cook for your man and show him that it's slavery. I need a ring to be able to cook. That's wifey material. And like wifey material. But you just let me hit it raw. You just let me bust in your mouth. And you talking about wifey material? It's a crazy world we live in, bro. It's a crazy world we live in. They live ass backwards, bro. Ass backwards. Ass backwards. Ass backwards. But they really believe, because y'all had sex. Y'all had sex. And I can marry him. We can be together. You know, but, you know. And no matter how much we tell them, that's not the case. That's not the truth. No matter how much we tell them, that's not true. This is what we want. They believe what they want to believe. Generation after generation. They listen to loser bitch after loser bitch. But hey, hit the link in the description. Join the Patreon. Peace.